Welcome to another episode of Money, Mystery, and Madness. In the world of hip-hop, rivalries are as legendary as the music itself. But few have endured and evolved, quite like the feud between Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, and Sean, Diddy Combs. What began as a few barbed comments in the early 2000s.
Like Diddy gotta stand next to something that's working. So if it's from the South, you gotta be from the South. Or if it's from wherever it's from, you just gotta go stand next to that.
Expand into one of the most complex, controversial, and public beefs in rap history. A rivalry that reflects not just personal animosity.
I'm trying to tell you the truth, but the truth sometimes it hurts. Right. It hurts people and they don't want to hear that.
But clashing legacies.
I told you you can't trust me. Puppy doesn't feel fruit pie.
Business battles.
It's a little fruit pie.
And the shifting landscape of fame and power in hip-hop. The story starts in the early 2000s, at a time when both men were ascending in their own ways. Diddy, already a mogul thanks to his work with Bad Boy Records and a string of hits, had become one of the most visible architects of hip-hop's commercial boom. Meanwhile, a young 50 Cent was emerging from the streets of Queens, surviving a near-fatal shooting and transforming himself into a rap powerhouse with the smash success of Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Though they occasionally crossed professional paths, including a remix collaboration in 2002, there were early signs of tension, with 50 offering subtle lyrical jabs that hinted he saw Diddy as less authentic than his polished image suggested. The feud took a defining turn in 2006, when 50 Cent dropped a diss track known as The Bomb. In it, he didn't just mock Diddy's style, he made a shocking insinuation that Diddy had knowledge about the murder of the notorious B.I.G., a crime that has haunted hip-hop for decades and remains officially unsolved. On that track, 50 rapped lines suggesting Diddy know who hit Biggie, instantly elevating the beef from playful rivalry to outright accusation. Diddy, for his part, denied any involvement and publicly rebuffed the insinuation, but the seed of conflict had been planted. Over the next decade, the feud simmered with intermittent public jabs and competition between the two artists. Their rivalry wasn't confined to music, it seeped into business as well. Diddy became synonymous with Ciroc Vodka, a hugely successful brand partnership that turned him into a lifestyle icon. 50 Cent, not one to be overshadowed, later aligned with Effin' Vodka and used every opportunity to mock his rival's Ciroc deal, even taking aim at its production and taste in interviews.
Oh, no more puppy juice, no more puppy juice.
Though seemingly lighthearted, those barbs underscored deeper resentment and competitive posturing between the moguls. Their exchanges played out across social media, interviews, and public appearances. In 2010, Diddy dismissed 50 as a hating ass crap, another move that underscored just how personal the animosity had become. The two traded exaggerated insults.
Let me read it, Fifth. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner thieves.
An occasional snide commentary.
He said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
Each in their way trying to diminish the other's cultural cachet. For years, though, these felt like the classic grudges hip-hop thrives on. Loud, messy, headline-grabbing, but ultimately just another chapter in rap's long history of beef. Everything changed in the mid-2000s, as Diddy's life took a dramatic and controversial turn. He was embroiled in multiple lawsuits and legal challenges, including allegations of sexual abuse, misconduct at parties, and other serious charges, many of which he denied. Authorities executed raids on his properties in 2024, seizing narcotics and other items during investigations. In response, 50 Cent stepped into a far broader role, not just as an antagonist on social media, but as the executive producer of a high-profile Netflix documentary titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning. The documentary amplified the feud into a national conversation. By weaving interviews, archival footage, and commentary around the allegations against Diddy, 50 aimed to expose what he characterized as decades of misconduct. Not merely to entertain, but, in his words, to elevate the voices of alleged victims and frame the narrative around accountability and truth. This was hip-hop beef on a different scale, not just diss tracks and trolling, but a cinematic narrative distributed globally. Diddy's attorneys condemned the project, arguing that footage was used without authorization and that the documentary amounted to defamatory content crafted by a bitter rival. Netflix and the filmmakers insisted they had legally obtained the material and stood by the project's integrity. As Diddy faced legal repercussions, including a prison sentence in late 2025, the feud took on an almost surreal quality. What had begun with lyrical jabs evolved into a battle for public perception, legacy, and cultural memory. 50 Cent continued to taunt Diddy publicly, even reacting to bizarre incidents like an alleged delivery of flowers by Diddy during the midst of their conflict, a moment that only fueled speculation and further cemented the idea that this feud was far from over. Yet, Despite the high drama and public spectacle, neither artist has fully retreated from the narrative. The feud remains a living, evolving story that continues to be shaped by social media, public opinion, and the complex interplay of celebrity, power, and accountability. For fans, the 50 Cent Diddy rivalry serves as both a cautionary tale and a testament to how personal and professional conflicts in hip-hop can echo far beyond a diss track, ultimately shaping how both men are remembered in the history of the genre. In the end, 50 Cent versus Diddy, the untold hip-hop rivalry, is far more than a feud. It's a window into the changing dynamics of hip-hop, celebrity, and narrative control in the digital age. Whether it's resolved in the future or continues to unfold, it will long be studied as one of the most enduring rivalries in music history. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe the channel and like this video for more amazing videos.